and welcome to today's Free Training Thursday. Today I have a very special guest here with me, Kevin Anderson from FileCenter, and he will be talking about the OfficeTools FileCenter integration and showing you how to manage your files. Kevin will also be with us live and in person at our Abacus Maximus user conference in Vegas. So we hope that if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, you will be doing so shortly because we have a lot of surprises in store. Without further ado, I will turn it over to Kevin.
All right. Well, I am so excited to be here, and thanks for that introduction, Amanda. One of the things that we really value here is the ability to have this direct integration to help you guys be more efficient and effective in your offices. Really behind, one of the questions that I typically get from a lot of the OfficeTools customers is, why do I need a program like FileCenter when we have the Documents tab inside of the actual program? And really, when it comes down to it, there's just a lot more feature sets inside of the FileCenter software. We're focused mainly on document management, and I think that's why I'm really excited to be here today, is to really show you how much more power we can give behind it, and then show you how we integrate with OfficeTools so that you guys can have the best of both worlds. And so without further ado, we're just going to jump right into this. We don't have any PowerPoint slide deck to bore you with today, and we want to make sure that you guys can get back to your day and working with your customers, because that's the most important part of our days, right? So just to kind of, if you haven't already seen FileCenter before, I want you to just quickly on your little GoToMeeting control panel in your right-hand corner, if you'll just click on the little hand button and just basically raise your hand and tell me that you have never seen FileCenter before. Okay, looks like there's a few. Okay. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to just dive right in and kind of help everybody understand initially just the initial layout of the program, and then we'll dive into the integration portion as well, just so that you have a better understanding. So inside of FileCenter itself, what we have is we have some menu bar tabs up here along the top. The very first one is this inbox. The inbox is widely used more like if people have like a multifunction machine, a big copy machine that scans and puts everything into a folder out on your network. This is a way that you can suck it right into our program if you don't already have like a scanner that sits maybe right onto your desktop. It also can monitor any other location out there on your server where you can take its file and then bring it right into the FileCenter software and keep everything in one centralized location. Here you can also connect to a device, so you'll actually be able to see that I've got a USB device that's plugged into my computer right now, so I can see that into the devices. We have a lot of customers that they might they might go out and put satellite dishes up on somebody's house, and so they'll actually plug in their camera, and then they'll take all their files of all their pictures that they took while they're installing those things and pull them right into the FileCenter software. So this device is really nice to just be able to have access to. But it also allows you to come in and OCR documents or scan documents directly into our program as well. You can clean them up by doing some cleanup features, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But this just gives you that capability to really go grab different files that are sitting out there on your network anywhere else and pulling them into one centralized location, or if you're using a big copy machine to scan and it just scans to a folder, or maybe you have it currently scanning to an email, this will allow you to switch over to the scan to a folder and then be able to pull those documents right in. And it's super easy to do. You can just come in, click on the file itself, and then you can actually come in and then just drag and drop, or you can just click on move or copy, and it pulls it right into your client's file. So that's how that inbox kind of works and what we kind of do with that. Your main tab that most of our clients are using is the Manage tab. This is where they basically have access to all the client's drawers and folders and files. and it just makes things really simple and laid out. So what you're going to see here is right next to where it says cabinets, I have a drop down, and I can have as many file cabinets as I would like. I can have one for managing all my employee files. So all of my HR records I can store in there. And that's one big difference between FileCenter and the documents version inside of OfficeTools, is that OfficeTools is focused really only on your client files. And FileCenter is going to focus on your entire business, clients, employees, vendors, everything like that. And so that's what you're going to find here with that capability of coming in and being able to see each individual cabinet. And when you enter into that cabinet, over here on the left-hand side, you're going to have a list of all of your clients. And so when you select it, then you'll see your documents over here on the right-hand side, or your file folders. When I click on tax returns, I'll see all the documents that have to do anything with my files. And so you can have whatever structure you would like, or inside of OfficeTools, and I'll kind of talk a little bit about it when we dive into the integration portion. When you actually create or associate a file to a different certain type of document inside of OfficeTools, it'll also add that folder inside of here into our program. So it's really cool on the integration side. But this just gives you that ability to come in, then be able to see the actual document itself. So I can come in, click on the document, and then I will see a preview of that document over here on the right-hand side, so that way I can go ahead and review the document. I can see, oh, here's my supporting documents, and then I can also see a tax return. And so you'll be able to see all your documentation right here. The other cool aspect about our program is it also allows you to go in and annotate the document. And so simply double clicking on a file, or you can also right click on the document and open it into the FileCenter Edit tab. That brings it right into a PDF editor where you can use stamps, you can highlight, you can do little tick marks if you want. But this gives you that ability to annotate just like Adobe Professional would, except you don't have the additional cost of Adobe Professional. What you're going to have is a program, our document management program, that includes in the cost of our software the PDF editor. So you can go in there and do everything that you need to do. So very similar. Again, there's like one piece that Adobe has over us, and it's something that nobody in the accounting industry ever uses, because it's all with development. So it's nothing that you're going to miss at all. Back into the Manage tab here real quick. What you're going to find as well is that you have the ability to create a brand new client inside of our program, where we can come in and click on New Drawer. And what that will do is it'll allow me to name the actual client drawer. So if we were coming in and creating one for Allison Mora, we would just come in and say Mora, Allison. And then the other nice part about this is that I can apply a folder template right away. So I can come in and click on, the 2017 tax year, or, I can come in and select a bookkeeping client. And you'll see that I have everything that it'll create these individual folders for me, so that it will apply it. So if we come in here and click OK, you'll find here that here is Allison's drawer now with a set folder structure. And that creates consistency in your office, so that you're not having to worry about somebody naming something differently or not adding the right folders or something like that. This gives that ability to stay consistent in the way that the folder structure is created. Now, along with template names, or like folder templates, we also have what we classify as a predefined document name. And predefined document names, what that's really great for is that you can come in and create a list of all the different documents that you might store inside of FileCenter or inside of the OfficeTools program. And what's nice about that is then when you're going into and you're scanning a document or printing or storing a Word file or anything like that, you'll have a list of all those predefined document names, so that when you go to name the file, so like if I were to come in here even under Abe and Mary, I'll just click here on rename. I can come in and click on this little ... button and then see my custom lists. And so I can come in and I can see, here's my bookkeeping and corporate income tax predefined document name list, or here's a QuickBooks one, or a sales tax. And so I can easily come in here, click on the name of the file, and insert that into the name, and it names it for me, again, creating consistency. But there's even more power behind that, where if you wanted to even add the client's name, so you can see that I've got Abe and Mary, and so I can put that right at the beginning. So I have Abe and Mary Lincoln, and then county tax. And so I can even put the date in there as well, and it just makes it really powerful, so you can name the files consistently every single time for all of your clients and all their documents inside. So hopefully that kind of helps you understand some of the consistency things there. And if I should mention here before I get really into this, if you do have any questions at all, feel free, just type those into the little chat window there, and we'll see all the questions that are coming up. And if there is a question that comes up when I'm covering a particular topic, we can cover it right then, or at the very end, we'll do a Q&A session as well. Okay, so now we've talked a little bit about the creation of a new client and applying a folder structure so that you're staying consistent there. Now, on top of that, one of the things that we do is we do some document cleanup capabilities as well. So if I were to come in, for instance, and want to clean up like a black border around a document, I can select the file and then come in and click here on the cleanup icon up here at the top. And then here I can come in and I can deskew, which just mainly means that we're going to straighten the document. So sometimes they come in a little crooked, but we can despeckle, so we can kind of remove some of the black spots around it, remove the black borders, remove hole punches. There's a lot of different things that we can come in and we can actually clean up on the document. We can do that after the document has already been stored into the program, but on top of that, when you're actually coming in and you're scanning into our program, you can do the same thing. So it does it all at the very beginning, so that we're cleaning all the document up beforehand. I don't know about you, but there's a lot of times where I scan in a document and then there's a black border all the way around it, and it just becomes a really big pain, especially if I want to print that off, then I'm wasting a lot of toner. So this is just a way that you can go in and clean the document up. One of the other nice things that I really love about the program versus some of the other competing products that we work against, right, or go and fight up against to get your business, is the ability to combine and extract. A lot of times what happens is that a client will call you up. They're going to ask you for a copy of their tax return, or maybe it's their supporting documents that they need. But you don't want to send them every single page inside of the tax return. Maybe there's something that you might have that you just want to take out so that they don't need that portion. And that extract tool is really helpful. So right now you can see that we've got 7 pages in this document down here in the bottom of the preview window. You can see we're currently looking at page 1 of 7. So when I want to extract something, I can just come up here, click on extract, and I can either do a selected page or the current page, or even better, I can come in and do a custom range. So I can say, hey, I want pages 1. So I can say page 1, and then comma 3, and then let's say that we want 5 through 7. So I just say 5-7. Okay, and so then I can come in and name that file, and so I can call it customer copy, and then I just click here on OK, and it just extracts all that information out for me. And so here's that customer copy right here. And so now, just like that, I've already extracted all that information out, and now I can go ahead and send that document over to my client. And I can do it either through the client portal in OfficeTools, or we also have the ability to come in and email. I can email that actually with a secure PDF, as a secure PDF. And so I just put a password in, and I send the document off, and then I send a separate email with that password, so that way the document and the password are not in the same email. Okay, that's something that's really important. So that's how you can extract, but you can also combine. So I can come up here and click on the 2 files that I want. I can click on New Scan and Customer Copy, and then just click on Combine. And here I can even come in and reorder the documents. So if I wanted the customer copy to be on the top, I can just click on Up. That puts it at the beginning. And I can also bookmark it so that when they open the document, let's say that these were like source documents, you've got your W-2s and K-1s and everything like that, you can actually make it so that it creates a bookmark library on the left side of the document just by clicking here on this bookmark each file. And so then I can come in here and just say final copy. So it'll go in and it'll combine that for me. And then if I come in and I want to see those bookmarks, I can just say Control B as in boy when I select the file over here, and I'll see my bookmarks over here on the left-hand side. So I can see the customer copy, or if I want to jump down to new scan, I can just click there, and now I'm right down to the new scan. So just a lot of great functionality here. The other portion of it that is really great is the convert. So when we convert, what that means is that we can actually go in and take a file, a PDF document, and we can turn it into a TIFF file, or I really love the fact that I can convert it to a Word document or Excel document, meaning that let's say that you have a client that sends you a PDF document that is was clearly created in Excel, but they printed it to PDF and sent it to you. I can come in and take that file and can convert it with the same formatting of the document that was there and put it right into Excel for me. And that's really nice because then I can go in and I can add the formulas that I need, because obviously when they print the PDF, the formulas aren't going to come along, but the formatting will. But I can go in, put all my formulas in place, and then do that. I can also extract that or convert it to be a PowerPoint or a WordPerfect document if you're still using WordPerfect. Most of our law firms use WordPerfect still, so that's why we have that as an option. But the ability to convert is going to be something really great for you. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to hop now over into the integration portion of it. So what you're going to find here is that when we come into OfficeTools itself, you're going to have your clients over here on the left-hand side. Typically, what I will recommend is that if you're using the OfficeTools and FileCenter software, you're going to create your new client first inside of the workspace. The reason being is because once you do that, it'll also help you create the folder that's in the background. Okay, so when we come in here now, I can come in, see the Abe and Mary Lincoln section here. This is the client that we were just looking at inside of FileCenter. But the way that the integration works is we still come into the document view. You'll still see all the documents that are available. Whatever was inside of the FileCenter software, you're going to see here as well. And so there's a few levels of integration that you can jump into. The first one is that when you come in and you click on the FileCenter button up here, it looks like mine's a little truncated, and I'm not sure exactly why, but you'll see if you've got both FileCenter and OfficeTools, and you've worked with OfficeTools to get the integration piece in place, this FileCenter button is going to show up. And if I click on FileCenter right now, what it's going to do is it's going to launch a search and find the Abe and Mary Lincoln file. So I kind of cheated because I was already on Abe and Mary. So let's go ahead and just drop down to Mickey Mouse here, and we click on FileCenter. And what it'll do is it performs the search and it switches the drawer, so you can now see it's now selected on Mickey Mouse. Now, what this purpose is strictly just to get you to the drawer. Maybe you're not sure exactly what you're looking for just yet for Abe and Mary, but you want to just hop into FileCenter and go in and see all of their files. This selects that drawer and gets you to that point. Now, if you want to be more specific, when you're inside of like one of your clients, you're going to be able to see all your files here, and you'll be able to right click on a document. So if I came into this new scan, I can right click on it, and there's two options that are going to show up for you. One is open file with FileCenter, and one is markup in FileCenter. So the open, what we're going to see here is I'll just go ahead and click on that. It performs a search inside of Abe and Mary Lincoln. It selects the folder where that file is located and selects the file. And then obviously, if your preview window is open, it's going to show you that preview there as well. So just like that, I have access to that file, and I didn't have to do anything crazy. Okay, I just simply right click on the option for open in FileCenter. Now, let's say, for instance, I want to go in and edit the document. So we'll go ahead and we'll right-click on this power of attorney. And what we're going to do this time is going to go ahead and mark up in FileCenter. When we select that, not only does it search for it, select it, but it opens it right up into the Edit tab. And so from here, I can go ahead and do all of my markups that I need to do, my highlighting. You know, if I have a signature, for instance, I've got one here that I created an actual signature of mine, and I can obviously shrink this down so that it fits to wherever I want, but I wanted to make it as big as I could so that way the quality of the image isn't necessarily really bad. Sometimes when you make it really small and then you're trying to make it bigger, like the quality of your signature is really bad and pixelated, and because of that, it looks like it's a fake or a fake signature. But this is something that I can come in, put a stamp on, and then flatten the comments so that nobody can remove my signature, and it's basically as if I just signed it. Okay. But those integration pieces right there makes it really powerful, so that you can go in there and create everything inside of OfficeTools, and then be able to have access to all the files and move them into a markup capability, which obviously OfficeTools does not have that capability to mark up all your documents. So this is just something that you're going to be able to go in and take care of. And then on top of that, inside of the FileCenter software and the OfficeTools, you'll see when you've got this document here, we've got this power of attorney. If we wanted to come in and edit this particular document or see the details of it, one of the things that you can actually do is in the category section, there you can select one of these different one of these different categories, and what that category will do is it will create a folder inside of the FileCenter software. So if I came in, for instance, this is a power of attorney, and I wanted to select the power of attorney category, I can go ahead and click OK. Looks like because I'm using that here right now, let's go ahead and close that out. Sorry about that. We'll do that one more time here. So we'll go back into the details, and we'll go into the category, and then we'll select the category that we want. So we can come in, select that power of attorney category, click OK. And now inside of the FileCenter software, if we come into that manage, we'll see in the 2017 in the power of attorney, you'll see the power of attorney PDF document is no longer available inside of the tax return section. But if we come into the power of attorney, it's supposed to move that there. So maybe it moved it into 2017 or something. Or I'm not sure where it went. We'll have to figure that one out. I just upgraded my computer, so I don't have all the functions right now inside of my program. But this will show, this will have that power of attorney, and it will basically move that right into the location that we want it to be. Oh, I know where it is. So under 2019, here's my power of attorney. I forgot that we had put that into the 2019 year. And so here's that document right here. So it creates that power of attorney folder under my tax year. So we see here under the year project, I've got 2019. The category is power of attorney. And so it creates that 2019 folder, puts the subfolder of power of attorney underneath, and puts everything in place for you. So it just makes it really powerful, so you can do some of the things here with projects and categories, but then have the folders automatically get created inside of the FileCenter software. Okay, so really what we've just shown you here, just as a quick review, is we've shown you the layout of the FileCenter software. We've shown you how you can create new drawers and stay consistent in the way that your folder structure is set up, so you can create that inside of FileCenter. You can also have this for all areas of your business, not just your accounting side where you're dealing with your clients, but also for your vendors and your employees, and keep all those files electronic. Go paperless because you can. Okay, so we've covered that. We've also talked about how you can clean up the documents, and you can go in and modify documents using some annotations. And then we've shown you now how to integrate the program. The one thing I forgot to show you inside of the integration side is that sometimes you're not going to see some of the files show up inside of OfficeTools if you've scanned them directly into your FileCenter software. So if they're missing from this list here, the way that you're going to do that is you're going to get them to show up is you're going to click on this plus sign up here, and you're just going to come in and say re-index the documents. And what that's going to do is it's just going to re-index just for that client. And so now you'll see here, so the final copy and the customer copy that we created earlier today, those are here inside of the program now. And so I can see them. So usually if some of the phone calls that we get sometimes is that the files aren't showing up, it's just more because you haven't re-indexed. And once you re-index, they'll all show up here inside of the document section. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to jump really quickly into questions here. So one of the questions here is, how do you actually make a tick mark? So inside of the FileCenter software, if we come in, let's just open that up into the PDF editor. So a lot of our clients initially, what they might do is they use this little pencil right here to use it. And so they'll come in and they'll put a little tick mark like that. But most of my clients now, they have gone in and they have found like a little image out on Google or something like that with a little check mark box, and they just make it a stamp. And so then we can actually walk you through, like if you would like to do something like that, we can actually walk you right through the process of how to create a stamp using that little tick mark. And then that way you can have maybe even different colors. You can have a green one, a red one, a blue one, whatever you'd like. But you can just make it a stamp, and then that way you just can come into the stamp itself. So like this is a custom stamp that says FileCenter on it. So you could come in here, put that on there, and just stamp your file with your little the tick mark, so that hopefully would help you out there. So hopefully that answers your question. That's a great question though, Meredith. Thanks for asking that. Okay, so I think I also answered the question of, if you drag the file into a different folder in FileCenter, does it move it in OfficeTools? Everything should move seamlessly through. So again, if it's not showing up in FileCenter or in OfficeTools, then you may just need to re-index. I think that also includes, as long as you do that, you just have to re-index. So hopefully that answers that. Looks like it did. So great. Thanks. Awesome. Okay. The other question here is, if we create a client in FileCenter, does it automatically create the client in OfficeTools, or same for documents? So typically, what I would recommend on this, John, is your question here is more, I would probably go into OfficeTools to create it. That way, it's going to create your folder for you and take care of everything on that. If you create it in FileCenter and then you're going into OfficeTools, right now, you just want to make sure that the formatting is going to be the same way. So if you created it in FileCenter saying Anderson, Kevin, make sure that in OfficeTools you do that as well, and then that way it makes sure that it will sync up for you. So we are going to continue to work with OfficeTools, for instance, on making this even more powerful on the integration side. We really would love to be able to see that even more. And if any of our customers are on this webinar and they're coming in to kind of get more training on how everything works, then we would obviously love to get your feedback on how things are working right now and what kind of areas of the integration that you'd love to see stronger. So for us here, we're not experts at OfficeTools at all. We deliver everything we can to OfficeTools, and we deliver the messages that come from our shared customers, and so that you guys can continue to have better systems in place for you. Okay. I'm not seeing any other questions, but we can wait a couple more minutes. Amanda, what kind of timeline do we have here?
All right, I think that is about all the time we have, and if we don't have any more questions, I think we can just wrap it up. Thank you to Kevin Anderson from FileCenter for giving us this great demonstration. If you do need any more info, feel free to email us at webinars@abacusnext.com, and I can forward that along to Kevin. Thank you again,
Great.
everyone, for participating. Have a great day.